Welcome to the first video of the Hoser's spoofy, spooktacular Halloween countdown series. My name's Claysthetics,
Maternal Prof.
and this is our top 10 most iconic Halloween movies to get you in the Halloween spirit.
Number 10. Beetlejuice. Everybody should check it out. It's about a family gets a car accident, they pass away, and they have to deal with life as ghosts. The children pop by. There's a weird ghost everywhere. Beetlejuice is a great character.
I think the thing about Beetlejuice and the reason it got number 10 on the list is because Beetlejuice is just fun. Like, he pulls up, he screams Halloween spirit. Like, I don't think there is an individual character that is more Halloweeny than Beetlejuice because he just, like, he's funny. He's just got it all. He's just a good, fun ghost. And, like, the way you summon him, like, gives you the, like, the mirror vibe, and it's like, oh, what's that other one that you summon with, like, the ghost that you summon by saying his name 3 times?
Candyman.
Yeah, Beetlejuice gives you Candyman vibes, but he's Beetlejuice.
And look, when you're watching Beetlejuice run around do silly stuff, you can have a nice giggle thinking about him. That actor was actually Batman at one point, and he looked really funny. That's what I remember. Movie also got Wyona Ryder. She's in like Stranger Things and stuff. Like really good actresses and actors in this movie.
Wait, really? She's in Stranger Things? Oh, she is in Stranger
Pretty sure,
Things.
yeah. She pops off in that movie. That series, I mean, as like a crazy mom, right? Great actress.
Yep. Beetlejuice, easily number 10. Pops off in every way for Halloween. Coming in at number 9, we've got the original Nightmare on Elm Street. When I
The
think
good old,
about Freddy
the
creeping
good
into my dreams
old
at night,
Freddy, dude.
I don't want any part of the little Butterfingers coming at me with those. It's
He-
creepy. Like, it's just creepy. Like, the fact that he can just, like, the way he pulls up is just so scary, right? Like, you
Oh,
can't do you can't stop him. You can't do anything about Freddy. If you think about him, he's coming.
and I always remember that scene where he just pops out of the bathtub with his fingers. Woo! I'm a man who likes baths, and that's a really creepy image to pop in my head when I'm sitting in a bath sometimes.
I haven't had a bath since the Nightmare on Elm Street, and I probably never will again.
Missing out, man. Missing out. It's as much as a Christmas movie as much as a factory movie because it takes place in a factory and people's dreams a lot. Because people dream about factories a lot in that movie.
Yeah,
Really
so
fun.
it's the whole factory thing. It really messed me up because, like, they're all sleeping in their cozy little houses, but for some reason they're always dreaming about a factory.
A really shitty factory too. You wouldn't
It's
want to
it's,
work there.
it's like
Looks like a safety hazard.
I've worked in a factory, and that ain't it.
No amount of work shoes and hard hats gonna help you if something goes wrong in that factory. Coming at number 8, we got the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It came out in 1975. The OG one, not the remake.
Yeah,
The OG one
mhm.
is great. Okay. Has a bunch of crazy ass characters, has Meatloaf in it. They make a man called Rocky. He's really muscular. I mean, you can't go
Rocky's
wrong with that.
Rocky's D'd up, bro.
Fun movie. It's really Halloweeny. It has like an Igor type of assistant walking around, being whipped and stuff.
The Igor
Has really
assistant,
good.
like, when they
If you
first get
like
to the
musicals,
house, bro, and, like, he's like, welcome to the house on this special night. You know you're gonna have a special night because that's the first thing you hear him say.
oh yeah. If you like musicals, hits that vein. There's not a lot of Halloween musicals out there, so
True.
you should check that out just for that aspect because there's not a lot of Halloween musicals. Let's be honest. Look for one. I'm waiting. So it has an invest scientist, and the scientist is great. Has Dr. Frankenfurter, Tim Curry, the original It. I mean,
It was the first movie to really bring, like, a lot of trans and, like, burlesque things to, like, TV, and, like,
hmm
as someone who used to frequent burlesque shows when I lived in Toronto, if you've been, you get it. If you haven't been, you might not
oh,
get it. But you get it if you've been, and it is the most fun you'll ever have. And it's the same feeling as a Rocky Horror Picture Show. And the vibes you get from it are feel good vibes. And I love the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
really good Halloween pick. Check it
Yep.
out, guys.
Now we got a special one coming in at number 7 with Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin. If there's a movie you
Sure.
remember from your child, if you were born in the 90s, even not if you were born in the 90s, if you from your childhood, a movie you're going to remember that your parents probably showed you, Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin. It's just too iconic. Like, it's Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin, and it is just the perfect little cozy Halloween movie.
You gonna equate Charlie Brown to what Rudolph is to Christmas? Charlie Brown is to like every holiday. They have a movie for every
That's true.
holiday, and those movies are really good, and it doesn't change for Halloween. It's one of those movies you can show everybody. Your mom, you can watch with your mom, your dad, your kid,
Well, that's the thing is
your
when you
sister,
were
your
a
brother, and
kid,
everybody's gonna enjoy it.
you watched it with your parents, right? And when you grow older, you're gonna watch Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin with your kids, right? So it's a movie for everybody, and that's why it made number seven.
Preach, brother.
We shared it with so many people when we were kids, right? And when we grew up, like that was coming out, so
You ever get
I
that
love it.
feeling where you want to show a movie to somebody and you get slightly embarrassed halfway through because their reaction is not what you expect? It's not going to
All
happen
the
with
time.
Charlie Brown. Okay, coming at number 6, we got Halloween, dudes. 1978.
Yeah,
The OG Halloween, man. Where Michael Myers comes out, killed his sister,
that's
disappeared
right.
for 15 years, man, and just came back and just
The movie Halloween came out for Halloween, so you think it'd be higher on the
Mhm.
list? Somehow it made number six, but for a couple of reasons. When you see later, with the later movies, when you see the later movies, you'll understand why. But when Mike
Oh,
Myers
yeah.
pulls up, it's just the mask. It screams Halloween. He pulls up. How many people you see dress up as Mike Myers every year for Halloween? It's a lot. It's a
A
lot. Same
lot.
thing with Freddy. It's a lot. And Jason.
It's a lot.
It's like your go-to costume.
I'll be honest, on Halloween, I'm walking down the street in the middle of the night or something, I see a bunch of people walking around in costumes. I walked down a dark alley and I see someone in a
Yo,
Michael Myers mask.
I'm out.
That'd be kinda creeped out. If
I'm
I see
out,
somebody
dude.
in a Freddy mask or a dressed up like the Mr. Krueger did, I'd kinda
He's wearing a Christmas sweater, and you're like, "Nice hand, bro." And then you look at Mike Myers, and he's got a big old knife, and you're like, "I'm gonna leave."
Mhm. But in reality, all these movies on the list can be interchangeable to one because these are iconic fucking movies, and this is a movie that's iconic, so check it out.
Check it out, dudes. Coming in at number five, Ernest Scared Stupid. Now, Ernest has a movie for every single holiday, and he'll make our list for every single holiday. Growing up
He's
as a
another
'90s
Charlie
kid,
Brown.
yeah,
He's
he's
a
not.
definitely a Charlie Brown.
That's as simple as it gets. He basically is Charlie Brown, but Ernest, and Ernest pulls up in every way. I th- I remember I watched Ernest Scared Stupid with like one of my friends when I was a kid, and he had nightmares for like a week or something. And his dad talked to my dad saying he can't watch scary movies, and he scoffed at him because we watched Ernest, right? Like that was it. We watched Ernest Scared Stupid. This is another movie you could watch with your whole family all the
The
time.
Goonies type of creepy.
Yeah, it is like the Goonies. You're right, but the
Where there's some
monsters are
creepy subject
cool.
matters and, like, creepy looking things, but, like, the way they approach it, it's really fun.
Yeah.
If you have kids, show it to your kids. It lasts. It stands time, the test of time. It fights that shit like a king.
Yeah, I could watch Ernest Scared Stupid like I think I watch it every year again. It's like Shaun of the Dead, right? You just
Mhm,
watch Ernest because it's fun, right? You just like it brings you back to your childhood. You watch Ernest. I know probably a lot of people now like don't watch Ernest, but in the '90s, Ernest was like it popped on TV. You were watching Ernest. That's
mhm.
it.
It's a nice nostalgia trip down to the '90s,
Yeah.
and the monsters actually look pretty good. They actually, I think they use practical effects. I mean, it looks like it, and it looks really good, and it still stands up to like in 2021. So check it out, guys.
And then like the monsters are just perfect. Honestly, they're so good. And the pop, the explode, the goo, love it.
It's the one thing I remember about that movie.
So if you're
20
gonna
years
remember
later, it's
anything,
the goo.
it's the goo.
Doing that little leader shaman thingy
Oh yeah.
and had like crazy hair and was running around with a stick. Great movie.
Number who?
4.
Tree.
Frankenstein that came out in 1931. There's a lot of Frankenstein movies, okay, guys? But the
Yeah.
original one that came out in the 30s still stands up. Really good actors. The black and white thing is actually pretty cool nowadays. Not to sound like a hipster. Everybody knows the story of Frankenstein. There's no spoiling it. Like laid the groundwork for all the Frankenstein movies. It's the original story, it's really good.
It's good because it's in black and white, right? Like the original Frankenstein brought so much to the table at the time, and it's just so iconic because like you think Halloween, Frankenstein's right there. You know, like you see like Frankenstein's epic, the neck bolts, the everything. You go walk around on Halloween and you're gonna see Frankenstein decorations. That's as simple as it gets. Not as many people dressed up, but Frankenstein decorations
That's
definitely, right?
yeah.
And they're all inspired by that original movie, right? And a lot of
Even the
people say
doctor,
the
the people
book too.
dressed up as
Yeah,
the
the
doctor
doctor.
that
Yep,
made Frankenstein.
yep.
There's plays off of Frankenstein and like other movies that people like. There's even one with Daniel Radcliffe, I think. Like, but the original Frankenstein is really, really good, and the black and white feel adds to the Halloween feel, so it
Yeah,
multiplies the effect and it makes it feel really Halloweeny.
the vibes you get from the black and white 1931 Frankenstein and like how well it's done is just absolutely insane. It is
Because
epic.
the actors are amazing. The way it's shot in film, it makes you feel like you're watching a play because a lot of dialogues and a lot of monologues and stuff. But it's still a movie and it's really good.
So we're up to the top three, and boy, this was actually hard to line these three up. But number three on the list is Bela Lugosi's Dracula, and it was just amazing. Like even today, I think it still stands up against most movies. Right? I know a lot of people don't like black and white, and like we have two black and white movies on in a row, and it just I actually think it's better than most of the current Dracula movies. And there's not really any contesting that because of how amazing the actors were. Like the actors were nuts. The movie was just so good, and the fact it came out
1931. It really came out when Frankenstein came out, basically, like the same year.
1931. Oh wow.
Yeah, they came
Okay.
out the same year, both black and white, and they kind of made became staples into the Halloween genre, in my opinion. You go to any film festival, Halloween film festival, you know what they're showing?
That's true,
Drac-
actually.
Dracula, Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's not because people are simping for these two movies, it's because these are actually really good movies.
And they're showing the versions that we just talked about. Like you're watching the black and white 1931 Frankenstein, and you're watching Bela Lugosi's Dracula, which is also from 1931. So you're watching both of those at movie festivals. That's what they're playing. That's what you're gonna get. And I can't
Yeah.
wait to go back to festivals again, man. Like a Halloween festival feels like a dream, and honestly, I can't wait to go.
Well, Halloween Festival. Funny you say that. I think we got one coming up too.
We do.
Ooh.
Ooh.
More about that later. We're coming into the end of our list right now, boys and girls. But at number two, we got Hocus Pocus.
Yep. That's it.
What can I say? It's about witches. They're coven. People think they're evil, but they're just misunderstood, in my opinion.
I think they're misunderstood too. They're just trying to have a good time on Halloween. That's
Got
it.
Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, huge actors. People like them. We like them. And let's be honest about witches. These magical cats steal witches, kids stealing witches books. Like it came out in 1993, so it's not so old like our other two movies that we just came from. But it's still an old movie, and it's an old Disney movie, so it holds up. And it's a really fun movie to watch with anybody. Again,
Yeah,
heavy, heavy point of this list. Like all these movies you're gonna watch with people, people are gonna enjoy. And you're
but
not gonna be embarrassed.
that's why when we talk about number two as well, like this is like a Disney Family Channel movie where it's like this was built to watch with your family, right? Like this is a nostalgia ride, and it just when you watch it again, you just feel so good, and all those little things they all add up into being this perfect
For
little
real.
movie.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know,
Hocus
go
Pocus,
trick or treat with your kids. Come back, eat some of their chocolate. Watch this with them.
true.
You're gonna get that vibe of Halloween. You're gonna feel good.
Yeah,
These
Hocus
are great movies
Pocus.
for that.
It really gives you the like feeling that you had when like watching the movie. In my opinion, it gives you the feeling you had when you were a little kid trying to cause mischief, and then like the witches or your parents yelling at you, right? Around Halloween when you're like, I need more candy.
You trying to stop them from being immortal. Damn kids.
All right, everyone. So now we're coming into the end of the list and our number one. But just before that, we have a big event coming up right before Halloween on October 30th. And I hope to see you guys there. We'll be announcing more about it in our Discord, on Twitter, and in later videos with more top 5 and 10s. But enough of that. Number one on the list is Halloweentown. Easily the best
Good choice.
Halloween movie ever made. And I
Preach.
will literally fight people on that because
Preach.
it's literally a town built out of Halloween. It's always Halloween in
Mm.
Halloweentown.
Preach,
And
brother.
man, I remember I watched this movie with friends when I was a kid. I watched it with my parents. The Family Channel's on. Halloweentown's on 10 times a day. Literally 10 times a day. Um, and you'd watch it. I watched it a bunch. I think I watched it every year when we had cable TV. Oh my god, I watched Halloweentown every time it came on. A lot like other movies, you just see it. You're like, I have to watch it. It is the most nostalgic, most iconic movie for Halloween for me personally because I love it. I love Halloween. It's my favorite. Like I'm gonna say like holiday event of the entire year, even more than Christmas. And it's just amazing. Like the whole movie really just makes me feel cozy.
Honestly, it's a great escape film for Halloween.
Yeah,
Well, let's be honest. When you're watching that, you sit there and you see like, I wish there was a Halloween town that I could go to and be the main character.
be the main character.
Wow.
I would be a side character if I could be in
Can I be
Halloween
can
Town.
I be
Please.
not the main character? Actually, I want to be that little. Can I be the younger sister or younger brother so I get all the OP magic?
Yeah,
Eh,
if I could live there, I literally would just be a side character. I don't care. I just want to live in Halloween Town.
Halloween Town has everything you associate with Halloween, but it turns into living beings.
And
It's a
it's
really
so
wacky
cool,
and fun
man.
movie. It's really cool.
Oh,
Evil wizards, witches. What more can you ask for
another thing too
Halloween?
is like the first Halloween Town is good, and there's more Halloween Towns, and perspectively, like they don't get worse, right? Like it's your typical Disney Family Channel movie that like it's just a feel good movie all the
Yeah,
time.
they play it safe.
Yeah,
It's really good. Like it's another series you can just turn on and watch during Halloween. You're gonna enjoy it.
you could watch all the movies back to back, and you would probably still have a great night. Honestly,
And like think about all these movies. These movies all have vibes. The
the
vibes
vibe check,
they're
dude.
given, the vibes that we want everybody to receive from these movies is Halloween
Yeah,
and orange. For some reason,
and
orange and
orange
Halloween go together.
pumpkins, Charlie Brown pumpkins. Like we said earlier, you can interchange any of these movies, like personal for you. Like you could be like, oh well, I think Beetlejuice is number one, and let me know what you think your favorite movie of Halloween is in the comments down below. Because this is a holiday for everybody. Like we said, the movies that include everybody, and it's the spirit of Halloween that brings everybody together. So it'd be fun for you to let me know your favorite movies and check your candy.
Yeah.
Always check your candy.
Yeah. Give out apples to kids, not candy. They enjoy it.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, they do.
You know, my to talk about that really quick. What like when I would go trick or treating when I was just a wee lad, my favorite things to get were um honestly, I would love getting cans of pop, rockets, and the bags of chips. For some reason, those little bags of chips are way better than normal bags of chips.
Well, for me, I remember specifically we go to one part of the neighborhood where I grew up. You get literal 2 liters of pop. They just gave out no name brands. If you
Dude,
go
those no
early
name
enough,
brands are good too.
there's a house that had like 10 of them. They just handed up to the first kid. So we always rush to
Oh
get those
my
every
god.
year. And you show up late, you get start getting those like little chubbies.
The chubbies were, dude. The
Those
chubbies
are
were
late comers. Oh my
fire,
god.
bro. I want to change my
I
cans of
hated the
pop to the
blue one.
chubbies, bro.
I hated the blue one.
I feel
Oh, I
that.
hate tastes like cotton candy. Oh, it's horrible.
I like
Cotton candy pop's the worst.
I like the yellow one.
The yellow one's actually good.
Yeah. You're like, pee, but it's
Mm.
actually so good.
Blow no name bags of chips.
Dude, honestly, like people flame no name brands of food, but like for Halloween, even by the way, I buy no name brand chips and they're way better than normal chips. But just saying. Anyways, if you got trick or treaters this year, make sure you got extra candy. Make sure you got extra chippies and maybe some chubby pops. Do they even make them anymore? Who knows? But I hope you enjoyed the list.
No candies, just apples.
Don't get this guy out of here, dude.